Hey there, welcome back to my channel. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop. My name is Amber. Today I'm going to share three of my latest journals. These were so much fun to make. I did a video a while back and I will link it down below, kind of sharing my process of how I made these. And I'm calling them like fabric scrap quilt journals. I basically took a bunch of different scraps of my fabric and pieced them together. So these two are gonna, well, actually, they are listed in my Etsy shop. You'll see the links in the description down below. And this one is already spoken for, but I'm still gonna do a flip through just to show you how it turned out. So I got some inspiration from some other YouTubers and also just watching quilt channels. And there's a name for this, like scrap quilts, or my brain is just gone today, but I will link it above. Basically just taking scraps of fabric and piecing them together. And for this one, I used a quilt square block, and I would sew them together, cut it down, and then piece them together. And then just try to just make it all together. It's just a mismatch of awesomeness. That's the only way that I can explain it. I just like when stuff doesn't fit together and it's, colorful and there's not a color theme. It's just anything and everything. It's kind of wild and creative. I don't know. I love that. So these were my jam here. These were fun. Okay, so we'll start with this one. So this one, I believe I made this from a paper bag. So the cover was made out of a paper bag and I just reinforced the spine. I've had some comments about how I make journals using like my flexible or soft spine. So I'm gonna do some videos on that, or put together. I might make a journal on camera with you and show you how I do it. Okay, so this was just using a bunch of different kinds of fabric. I put a piece of lace here, and then I had the silk flower. This is really pretty trim. It's like almost rainbowy. Love this. Found this at a thrift store. So this is the front. This is the back. And I just pieced together all the fabrics. And then I went around and sewed, did some messy stitching, a bunch of different random stitches in here, which I love messy stitching. Just think it adds to it. This one is, it measures 9 inches in the height and almost 8 inches in the width. I did put front and back fabric pockets. It has one signature. There's 36 pages with a total of 72 front and back. Let me zoom in a little bit. So in here, I did the paper bag, and then I lined the inside with wallpaper. I love using wallpaper for covers and as pages, just in journals. It's so versatile. It just makes such a great structure, and it's got that, I know I say it all the time, but that squishy fun feeling. So I did put wallpaper in the front and back covers. And then here's just some fabric that was in like a scrap fabric that I got at a thrift store, and then I just added some more fabric. And in the pocket, when I make journals, I throw all sorts of papers in here. I use everything that's thrifted. Sometimes I've got stuff from the dollar store, but most of my stuff, probably 90% of my things in here, 95, is thrifted items. I do have some scrapbook paper I bought years ago, but even I try to find scrapbook paper at thrift stores. So I try to recycle, reuse everything that I can find. So here I took a security envelope and I just tuck that in, and you can use that wherever you want. I added some different scraps of paper and some die cuts that I got. And in here, I just tucked a couple tags for you that I recently got while I was out thrifting. So I did sew around here and just left that open so you could add that to a page. And then here I added the seed packet. There's a little pocket there with this. You could use that however you'd like. These were kind of cool. I found those at a thrift store. Love finding stuff like that. I just tuck that in there. So you're going to find that I use a lot of wallpaper. I love using garden pages. I just think they're so pretty. The papers are usually nice and thick. So I added just a little tuck spot here with some scrapbook paper or with some stationery. And then I've got different paint swatches I like to pick up at Home Depot or Lowe's. These make for great tags or journaling cards or whatever you want to use them for. Wallpaper. So you've got lots of space in here to create. It's not over decorated. I don't like to decorate really. I just like to leave that up for you. I just kind of add a little bit to it. So here's just a paper clip I made using my acrylic beads. And just I added a silk flower with a little button and some book page. Oh, I don't know if I said this is my acrylic paper that I made. Music paper. Here's just a craft book paper, and I just attached some wallpaper. There's a little tuck there. We got craft book paper, wallpaper, lots of wallpaper in here. Here is a page out of some kind of knitting book that I had. This looks like the 70s with these sweaters and the skis. We've got stationery, and I just sewed a playing card. Got these pages. They're kind of retro, vintage coloring book pages. I love these. Probably a children's book page. I think this is out of a little golden book. Ledger paper, scrapbook paper, and in here I tucked some Monopoly money. You're going to have a scrap of wallpaper with some writing space and an Uno scorecard, a calendar page, music paper, garden paper with a tuck with a card, a little playing card, and in here I just put a recipe card, eggnog, oven omelet. Stationery, craft book page, some more craft book page. I made another little tuck, and I just added a picture out of a bird book and just made a journaling card using some scraps and fabric. That's pretty on the back. So that'll be tucked in there. More stationery, and then I just sewed another piece of stationery here as a flip. Added some really pretty rainbow lace. Kind of cut it. It's not perfect. It's a little bit crooked. That's the nature of the game, right? It's a junk journal. It's supposed to be fun. No perfection here. Oh yeah, so here's some wallpaper, and then I just made a little tuck. And in here I added some stationery and then just a ticket that I made using some collage and my stamps. More music paper, that calendar, the back of that calendar, and I sewed an envelope on with the little bear. And in here is the bear card and just a cute little card and some more Monopoly money. Back of that scrapbook paper, and in here I tucked a bingo card that you could alter, another recipe card. This actually looks really good. Chocolate icebox pudding. Love adding these because you can just, these are so versatile. You can use these for a lot of things. Make your own journaling card, tags. It's endless. Wrapping paper, some little writing space there. Added some trim and lace. Ledger paper, children's book page, lots of trims down the pages. I love doing that. Lots of writing space in here or gluing space. This is some really cute vintage wrapping paper. I love all these animals. Love adding cookbook pages. They're so much fun to add. So pretty. This I actually did a flip here. So you've got all that space. And it folds out this way and it's just attached to some letterhead. More wallpaper, more recipe page. And I just attached some more wallpaper to this back of this craft paper. There's a little tuck there. And then I just sewed this for a little bit of flip. This for a little bit of flip. Sewed this for a flip. This looks like some fondue. And this is just the back of my music acrylic paper. More wallpaper. And this wallpaper is nice and textured. And then I just sewed this. This was just some out of some Happy Mail. Got a little unicorn. Got that space. And then here's the garden paper tuck, and I added a piece of stationery and another paint swatch. And then here's the back of that wallpaper, added another playing card tuck, and just added some more Monopoly money and just an image out of a children's book page. I think that's from Bambi. Tucked in there. And then now we're at the back. Here's the back pocket. More stationery, and then I added this card. I got these at the dollar store. I love their little blank cards. I just thought that was adorable. The little dachshund riding the bike. So that's in there. So that is this one. Lots of space to journal, create, do whatever you want. So soft and fun in your hands. Just such a sweet journal. Okay, and then this one I made using a cardboard box. This is just a recycled box, and it had this little cutout in the box. So what I did here, instead of covering it, I just added some packaging from something, some plastic packaging, and then I added some sequins in there. So, and then here's my flexible spine. So what I do for this is I use canvas paper, and I double it, and then I sew fabric around it, and then I chain stitch it. So I love that because it's nice and pliable. This one is, because this is a hardcover, it's not as, squishy, or it's still movable. It's not as much as like when I make them out of paper bags, but it just gives a nice, usually just kind of lays nice with that. It's nice to work in that when you have the flexible spine. And then this is the back. So just once again, using so many different scraps of fabric. I pieced them together. I did all this random stitching, different stitch lengths, sizes, color threads. So this one is about 8 inches in height and about 6.25 in the width. There's 2 signatures, 16 pages in the first signature, which gives you 32 front and back. Second signature also has 16 pages, which gives you 32 front and back. So you'll have a total of 64 pages. And in here, I did add front and back fabric pockets. And then I lined the inside of this box with wallpaper. And I did add some corner tabs here just because it was a recycled box, just to protect the box a bit. I did glue those on. Okay. So the inside, so you're going to have a mixture, once again, of all different kinds of eclectic papers. Here's a journaling card I made just using some scraps with a cutout of a banana. You've got that space to write. Here's just a scrap piece of paper that's tucked in there. A garden page. I love adding these as a flip. So you have that space to journal. I added this silk flower, sewed that on. You'll have music paper. Lots of fabric scraps. These I found recently at a thrift store. I think I forgot to show them actually in my haul. I love these. Some of them look retro, vintage. Just thought that was really cute with the quilt there. This is some of my acrylic paper that I like to make and add, just bright and shiny. And I just added this really pretty piece of stationery and some Monopoly money with some fabric scraps, children's book page. Here's some music paper that I added, and it's a little chunk missed out of it, but that's all right because it's a junk journal. And I did some stenciling here with some watercolor, a recipe page from a cookbook. Here I sewed an envelope onto a recipe page, got the pretty cakes there. And inside the envelope, I added just some different playing cards. You've got Winnie the Pooh, this really pretty one with some flowers, another one of those from where the quilt one came from with the keys, and then this is out of some Happy Mail. Those will be tucked in there. Added a fabric scrap. Got some stationery in here. Love the cake books. I'm just in love with cake decorating books. This cookbook is from the Southern Living cookbook. I love these because you can almost color these. That's what it reminds me of, like a coloring book page. Music paper, children's book page, more of my acrylic paper with some fabric. And I glued these together and then sewed around to give you some more thickness. Here's some music paper with a playing card tuck. I just added some different sheets of paper. The little pig painting. Dress patterns, and I did add some of those. I think I added one to this in the larger journal, so I just thought that was really cute. Love that image there. And then inside here, I just added a bingo card. So that's the first signature. Second signature, we've got some scrapbook paper. I sewed some lace, and in here, I just tucked some stationery, and I gave you a couple paint swatches that you can do whatever you'd like with. Wallpaper, some really pretty wallpaper. Stationery, my watercolored lined paper, and a map page. This is nice and thick. I had this Hawaii book. I just love these pictures. They're so pretty with all the blue and green. Added some fabric, ledger paper. Here's some children's book page. I've been using these pages in my journal too. It's all about spirit animals. I just think it's such a sweet book. Little kittens. We've got the macaw there. Some stationery. And then here I made a security envelope, and I altered it. I just added some different die cuts in here. And I left the back because I love the back of the security envelopes. I love that look, how they're all just different. And then I just tucked in some scraps. Here's some stationery, just a scrap of paper tucked in there. Sweet little dog. And then I just added this piece of stationery for a flip. Got lots of writing space here. More of that map. More stationery. Here's a Scooby-Doo playing card, and in here I just tucked this quote. Wallpaper, it's nice and textured. Scrapbook paper pocket, and I just tucked another one of those little sweet cards with the dog and the bike and just a tag. And then we're at the back, and back here I tucked a page out of a children's book and just another scrap that you can have. So that is that one. So that's the sweet little one. Sweet little journal. Lots of bright colors and eclectic papers. Okay, now we'll go on to this one, and I'll zoom out a little bit. All right, so this is probably the largest journal I have ever made. This is 12 inches and 9.5 in the width. And this one is, like I said, spoken for, but I'm still going to take you through. So I did have some requests from the person that is interested in this journal. So I did the best that I could with that, because I do have, you know, I don't want to say a limited amount of supplies, but because I use everything that's thrifted, I kind of have to go with what I have. So this I did add 2 signatures, and the base of this is a paper bag. And what I did is I made the paper bag, and then this spine is separate. So this is my flexible, I'm going to call it flexible because it's not necessarily soft, but I made this nice and thick spine here and added that actually to it. So same thing, I make the spine and then I add fabric and I sew all around it. And I could actually sew this onto the paper bag. I didn't have to do my chain stitch. And so inside, I ended up adding lace pockets to the front and the back. So this journal, let's see, it's got 2 signatures. Each signature has 30 pages, which gives you a 60 front and back. And then the total, grand total, you'll have 120 pages front and back. So I did have some requests for like coupons, like retro kind of domestic laundry, kitchen, fashion, houses, grocery. So the only coupons that I had were actually, surprise, surprise, out of one of my cookbooks, or out of one of my cake decorating books. So this is 1982. So I tucked that in there. Oh, let's see the back of this. So this is the inside. So just using all my fabric scraps, piecing them together, and then all different sizes. Nothing's perfect, nothing's square. I love it. So I added that in there. And then I did have some retro sewing books, and I had a lot with these really fun women, and I just love these 2 ladies. I'm thinking 70s maybe here. So I added that. Security envelope, and I just added some different scraps. And in here, I tucked a couple paint swatches. So you could glue that in here or use it in a completely different journal. Just thought it gave some color. So I did have some pages with some retro furniture from the 70s. I've had these in my journals before. I love the beds and stuff. So that's from that. Cookbook pages. There's a lot of space in here for the owner to create a lot of journaling space. I didn't over decorate. Everything I put in here, you can take out, put it somewhere else. I just like putting things in all the tucks and pockets. So here's a craft page, and I just sewed a playing card. And this is an image from some fashion or craft book that I have. Loved her outfit, and so I just made a journaling card out of that. Added some fabric scraps. She did say that she liked off-white and white paper, plain paper for journaling. So this is kind of an off-white, and it just so happened that this was in the back of a book, and so I just took it out, and it says notes, and I just added this playing card here, so I have all that journaling space. And here is just a journaling card I made. I was distressed it a little bit. This is out of a magazine, some kind of sewing magazine. It says, before you spend $500 or more for a sewing machine, spend 5 minutes with Bernina. So yeah, thought that was cute. Music paper, and then I just tucked in one of these little seed packets. Here is an image, or this is a page from a magazine. I love this magazine, and this was a 1980s. Just loved all I love the model in this. I used some of the pictures in my own journal. You know, she's wearing a lot of cool sweaters. More writing space. This is out of a cookbook. You got some ledger paper, more sewing book pages or craft book pages. We've got recipe page, and then I just sewed this envelope on here. And in here I tucked, what did I tuck? I tucked some stickers. These sweet little stickers with the teapot or teacups, I thought those were really cute. And the card that actually came with this envelope. So those will all be tucked in here. And then here's some of those cards I was talking about that look vintage. I didn't sew it, I just added it to it. So you can do whatever you want. But I thought that looks a vintage, that little cookie jar. So I just paper clipped that there. Ledger paper, got garden paper, more stationery for writing space, wallpaper, craft book paper, and I sewed an envelope here, and then I just tucked in a season's greeting card. This is like some really heavy duty construction paper, wallpaper with a stationery flip, stationery, more garden paper, ledger paper, cake decorating paper. And then here I had these really large dress pattern books. I love these. These are huge. And they open from this way. So I added that. And inside here, I don't remember what I tucked in here. Oh, all sorts of goodies. So here's an image. She said laundry. So this was something I found in a magazine, maybe a Reminisce magazine. I don't even remember. But I cut that out, sewed around it. So made this really large journaling card. And here's from some Happy Mail. This looks like some vintage off-white because it's vintagey lined paper. So I added that. And then just some tags. I don't really have a lot of sales tags. I couldn't find any of my sales tags, but this had a sales tag and then just some other tags that I added. And this little piece of, sorry, I'm cockeyed here, this little piece of stationery. So that will just all be inside of here. I just paper clipped that there. Yeah, really pretty. Love those ladies. Got the shoulder pads going on. Here's another one of those cards, and I thought that was really cute with like the vintage glasses there. Paper clip that. Lots of space to write. More writing space. There's that model again. Love her sweater. The pink and the purple. Love the number in the background. That recipe, or sorry, music paper. I just added a recipe card. Cool mint cookie pie. Yum. Ledger paper, writing space, craft book paper, lots of trims, recipe pages. Here's a page from that book with the bed. We've got, it looks like an Afghan and a bench and a lamp. Really pretty. So now we're on to the second signature, and this is a page from some kind of coloring book. I wish I could remember where I got these pages from. And then I just attached it to some scrapbook paper. And in here, I just tucked, this is from one of my sewing books. I just added some fabric and a time card that you could alter. More ledger paper. Oh, I've got some craft book paper. That's really pretty with the placemat setting. This is from another one of those fashion craft books. Love all these ladies. Got a calendar page. Vintage wrapping paper. Some stenciled watercolored line paper. Craft book paper. Some stationery. This is kind of thick. And I sewed one of these playing cards on here with the butterfly. Ledger paper, lined paper, wallpaper, and then I just made a pocket out of a flash card, and I just tucked this really large a flash card. You could cover this, alter it, and a guest check. Those will be in there. It's pretty. It's got like a clay pots or some kind of pottery in the background, nice and textured. Music paper. I think this is from a Dick and Jane book, or not a Dick and Jane, it's some encyclopedia book, and I love it because it's got a lot of retro images in it. So here's the woman, and Kathy. Just thought those were really cute. And then here in the inside here, in the middle here, this is with taking some wallpaper and I made some pockets. And this is like seagrass wallpaper. This is a lot of fun. And then I just tucked in some goodies. Here is a thank you card. These are from the Dollar Tree. Love these. The little deer. And this little playing card. So those will be in there. And then in this side, I tucked in another playing card with a unicorn. And then these are just from some Happy Mail I got with Marilyn Monroe, and some stationery, watercolored stationery with some fabric. Those will be tucked in there. Music paper. And then here's some scrapbook paper. It's sewed on the back of this wallpaper. And I just made a side pocket. And I clipped this. You can remove it. I just wanted to add one of my paper clip, my acrylic bead paper clips in here. That's just using some paper beads and some other beads that I got. And then here's one of those security envelopes that I altered. And in here I just tucked, this is the inside, you can see the birds in the actual envelope. And I tucked some die cuts. And I tucked this tag in a little scrap piece of paper. So that will be inside here. And then inside here, this is some pages out of a childcraft book. I just stuck those in there. And then just clip that here. You can move this all around. Back of that. Ledger paper. Lots of writing space. This is stationery. I love the stationery with the sun and the moon. Then here's that craft paper, and it folds out to a nice big flip. So you have all that space. Lined paper with watercolor. Some Monopoly money. Some wrapping paper with dragonflies. There's the other side of that calendar with the kitty cats. Love the colors in here. Here's a nice place to journal on too, this ledger paper. Some beads. And then I did find this. I thought this was cool with the luggage. Looks kind of retro. Stationery. Here's a playing card tuck. This is an easy macaroni and cheese recipe card. And there is the back of that scrapbook paper. And then in here, I just tucked some more random things. This is the back of the journal, or the inside cover, back inside cover. And that's the back of it. So inside here, I tucked, this is from some kind of book, but I thought it was pretty. It's off-white. A lot of journaling space. I stuck that in there. And here's one of my altered paper bags I like to make. Just added some fabric scrap, did some collage with some butterfly cutouts. And so there's a tuck here. And then in here I tucked, this is from I believe this is out of this dress pattern. Yes, this is out of this dress pattern. What I thought was cool is that you have these ladies. So if you wanted to cut them out, make paper dolls, or color them, or do whatever you'd like, stuck that in here. That'll be in the lace pocket. So you have pockets. I like having pockets in journals. So if you're looking to add stuff and you want to keep it in the journal, you can just put it in the pocket to add. So that is this baby. So much fun. I'd like to make more of these. These are just pretty time consuming, putting all the fabric together and cutting it down. But yeah, I'll probably make a few more of these. Okay, so those are the 3 of my latest journals. This one is already spoken for, but these 2 are listed in my Etsy shop. I hope you enjoyed these. I enjoyed making them. I really do love just throwing all sorts of papers in, making it nice and eclectic, adding just an array of mismatched, colorful pages just to kind of push your creativity. And so no theme here, just fun and eclectic and kind of crazy. So anyways, I will leave the links for these 2 videos. I cannot talk today. I can't talk today. I will leave the link for these 2 journals in the description down below. They are in my Etsy shop, and I think I need some fresh air. So I hope that you get outside today and do something fun. And I hope that you find some time to create for yourself. Please leave a comment down below. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and any ideas or stuff that you guys would like to see, leave it down below, and I will work on that. All right, friends, have a good one. Take care.